about to be put in the current. I was going to ask, though, because they had said it would be gentle enough that I would be able to cast while I was in it.
Mm-hmm.
And I wanted to make sure that I'll also be able to be close enough to Shiana that I can reach out and touch her, because otherwise she'd end up drowning before we got there.
Or she just grows gills.
You
know.
Good point.
Let's not test that, though.
Or mention that to them.
Yeah, you can ask to be kept near her so that you can make sure both of you survive the journey.
I mean, yeah, it's like, that's what I was saying, is that I was asking him.
Oh, okay, yeah. He nods. He's like, yeah, I can make that happen.
Cool.
He says some words that you don't understand and does something with his fin hand. And a bubble forms around you. A bubble of water with water on the inside and outside.
Mm-hmm.
But it's definitely different. Like, you can see a difference. It's calmer water.
There's a sphere of force with water inside that some more or less.
Yeah. And it starts moving slowly at first, and then it starts picking up a lot of speed. And it's going pretty fast, but it's a pretty smooth ride.
Mm-hmm. Cool.
I believe I told you the ride would take about 2 to 3 hours?
12 hours.
12 hours.
12 hours.
That makes a lot more sense.
Which is why I'm needing to recast water breathing at some point, and why I need to make sure I can touch Shiana.
Alright, well, Shiana lays down in the bubble because there's really nothing else to do.
Yeah.
And you go quite quickly. Actually, I need to pull out the map so I know which route you take. Do you care what you see?
Not.
Because there might be interesting shit on the way.
Yeah, kind of.
Okay.
Kind of.
I have to take out the map and look so I know what the route actually is.
Oh.
Burn me. I don't know why that song affects me like that. It just does. I love it so much. Also, I found a working battery.
Ooh.
Unrelated to it. This is the right one. No, that's the orient. I'm never gonna use, probably. Well, there's part of where you're going. And there's some more of where you're going.
It'll probably be at some point during this ride, since I've got 12 hours with nothing to do but let my mind wander and look at the pretty corals and such, that I'll remember about the book. And I will bring up to Shiana that, hey, remember that book that you read when we were in the Mages Guild that made you all fiery for a minute and you like singed the ground and stuff?
I'm always fiery. I'm sorry. Yes, I do.
I just realized that's probably still somewhere in that half-orc town. If we go back and get that, and if we can do that again, and that keeps you warm in the Needle Waste, how would you feel about us building a house in the Needle Waste?
Damn it. Really am gonna have to put it all together, aren't I? I haven't numbered these ones yet. I numbered the Orient because I had to.
Yeah.
This one I thought I could remember. I thought wrong. Okay. Yeah, and that's why. I didn't remember where this goes. I think that's here.
Is this the world map as a whole, or just
No. This is just the outlier region to Io.
Okay.
This is the sunken half. I'm not going to be able to make.
Wait. This is the sunken half?
Like there's Io, and then there's the other part of the continent that's sunk.
But wasn't that to the west of Io?
No, it's to the east.
But I thought the other eye was to the west.
No, it was to the east.
I swear we had this conversation
Was it
last night.
No, and I'm pretty sure we agreed on east then too, and you could have sworn it was west then.
No, because we're going east.
Oh.
The thing that was it, is we were going east, and the other eye was to the west. Actually, I may have never actually said that part out loud, and I just was thinking that part. But that it wasn't that we were going near the other eye.
That's over here.
It was that this one was taking the current that way or something. I don't know.
That's over here. That's over here. This is over here. I'm pretty sure you're passing over. One of these things. And it's kind of important which one it is. Because one of them is a whirlpool.
And see, that's what it was, is I was checking if it was the other eye I was passing over, and you made it sound like no, it was just that the current was taking the magic from this eye over there.
No,
but it wasn't that I was over the rest of the island, because that's what I was trying to figure out.
No.
Was I going to be over the rest of the island? And
the eye that's on the island, most of that magic is just underground.
Okay.
But this eye is first of all created by a different calamity that just happened at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
And is underwater, and there's a little bit more freedom for magic to leak out underwater, I imagine.
Sure.
If we're viewing magic as a substance. And you're going from here. Okay. No. God damn it. Okay. So you're going to be passing over the mall, not the eye. I just had to check.
Okay.
Alright, so you pass. You're going for a while. You're over open ocean for the first couple hours, so there's not really much to do or look at. You see a whale. That's about it. And then I believe you are, yes, you're coming from this way. So, you're not along the ocean floor, you're close enough to see it. That's kind of where the city is, the underwater city was. So you're kind of close to it, but not right along it. After about 4 to 5 hours, you don't see it anymore. You see it just drop off, and there's absolutely nothing below you. Shiana doesn't like that at all. She's very displeased about where she is, and but it's going. You go about 3 hours, maybe, where you just can't see anything except darkness below you. And then it just all of a sudden is back. You can see the ocean again, or the bottom of the ocean again. Mm-hmm. You pass by this island, which you really can't see much from underwater. You just know that you're passing by a small island. And then once you start getting to... Okay, that's something different. Or is it? No, it's not. You start passing through ruins. The bubble weaves itself through the buildings and whatnot, so you don't actually crash into anything. You brush a couple things, but not enough to actually throw you off. Mm-hmm. And then you end up being taken... That's 6 hours. I got my time wrong. Damn it. You're not moving that fast. So you're over this for like 5 hours. Pardon.
So probably somewhere around here is when I have to cast water breathing on both of us then. Mm-hmm. That'll last another 8 hours, which should be more than enough.
Alright, and then you get to about up here. You get through the buildings, and nothing really happens in there. And you get to the area called the floating lights. You don't see any floating lights right now, but the bubble does start to slow down near a sandbank. And then you get on an island, and the bubble pops, the water falls around you, you're soaking wet, both of you. But you're on land.
Woo.
And it smells like dead fish.
Oh.
A lot of dead fish.
Oh.
And if you look around, there are a lot of dead fish on the beach.
It's a mystery. Where is that smell coming from? What kind of fish?
Just miscellaneous fish that would be at this part of the ocean. So
Okay.
I'm not a biologist, so I don't know what kind of fish live where. Just fish.
Okay.
All of them look to have some sort of bioluminescence on them.
Are any of
But
them?
none of them are lit up.
Are any of them huge, like sharks or?
A couple. There
Whales or
are a
something?
few very large ones. No whales. You do see a couple sharks. One of them is pretty damn big, but it's a shark. Yeah, fish of varying sizes. They're not all this. You see some the same size as you. There are a couple that are bigger than you.
Oh.
Most of them are just fish-sized, regular fish.
Okay.
The sandbank itself is about 20 feet around, or not around, but diameter.
Oh, so I'm not actually on the island yet. I'm just on a sandbar off the island, or?
It's just a sandbar. You see a little dent in the sandbar, like.
Oh, that's all that's here.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. So I can see the entirety of
The island,
this.
except for where it dips down.
Okay. Well, I'll start walking towards that then.
Okay. Shiana is sniffing the fish. She stops sniffing the fish after the first couple, and she figures out that dead fish don't smell good, and
Yeah.
they probably all smell like that. You get to where it does dip down, and it's not too far. It's like a 10-foot drop, but it's more of a slope, so you don't even have to jump. In it looks like there was water in it at some point. It looks wet, and there's a couple of puddles where there's more of a hole. There is a mer person, a male mer person, who is wearing pretty much the same garb that the cleric was wearing.
Mm-hmm.
You don't see a staff, but you do see a stone that is glowing with the light of the moon, and it's about as big as Shiana's head.
Is he conscious?
No. He's breathing, although it's very ragged.
Is he?
Shiana sniffs him for a heal check.
Actually, when she starts to go up, I'm gonna say, "Wait a second," and I cast Shield Other on her before
Okay.
she walks up.
And she continues to sniff him as a heal check.
And I'm gonna remind her, since it's been a while since I've done this, to not get more than what is it?
She rolled a 20.
Oh, cool.
She sniffs him and knows his life story.
Nice. Remind her not to get more than 45 feet away from me, because that'll end the spell.
She sniffs him, and she sniffs him again, cocks her head. It's like he was poisoned.
Damn it. You realize I have Remove Curse prepared today,
And she sniffs the rock and knows absolutely nothing about it.
but Poison I don't have. I'll still walk up to him and do just a channel positive energy. See if that does anything.
For 46. I just wish I could have sung it. All I could do is mouth the words.
4... 9.
9 damage? Or 9
Yeah.
health back?
2 1s and a 2 and a 5.
He does look a little bit less pale.
Mm-hmm. But not conscious yet?
He looks more or less pale. Yes, not conscious.
I'm gonna do it again. What the
God
fuck?
Damn.
7!
He looks a little bit more or less pale.
Getting new dice.
And his breathing is a little bit more regular.
Oh.
And now he gets to take damage because...
Woo.
Oh, that's the wrong dice.
One more time. That's much better. 3 6s and a 2.
There you go.
So that's 20.
Now he wakes up. He coughs a little bit. His voice sounds very, very hoarse. And then he whinnies. He asks who you are. Why?
I'm Valkyrin of the Order of Pharasma, and I've come here to ascertain your well-being and escort you back to I'm sure I picked up the name of the city at some point. I think.
I'm sure I told you at some point.
To there.
Yeah. Unfortunately, that city I pulled out of nowhere, so I didn't write any of it down. Oops. Yaktown I've got written down. Yaktown, that glorious little 1 mile big city that has 3 lines of description. That one's written down.
Yeah. The expert fur. It's fluffy.
What's this?
Bad dice.
Although honestly, they might not have given it a name, because that's pretty much where they all go
Maybe.
and stay.
It's
just home. So
then
that's the name of the place. Home.
The domain of the goddess
Miliana's
domain. If there wasn't a name.
Yeah. They just call it home. Where am I? Home.
Yeah. I will then continue that. My wolf informs me you've been poisoned.
Yeah, the water around here is poisoned. Don't breathe it.
Oh.
Good thing you're in a bubble.
Yeah. Did you know that ahead of time?
No.
Oh, okay.
It's new.
Oh. Hence the fish, I suppose.
What fish?
You can't smell them from here?
My senses don't work as well above water.
Fair enough. This little sandbar is covered with dead fish.
That's troubling. Do you know what I was poisoned with?
I'm gonna look at Gianna.
She did roll a 20. But that was just to see what was wrong with him.
Let me check you out, too.
What is this?
You'll check.
Okay.
What's this? That is a 23.
He shows definite signs of poison and out-of-game terms because I don't know how it would necessarily look in-game. You can tell he's taken con damage, dex damage, and strength damage.
Oh. Well, I don't know what it is, but I can tell it's done a number on you.
And while you are looking over him, he starts to fall unconscious again.
Oh. That is, let's see. I'm gonna do a cure minor wounds. For
also, quick tip: don't breathe the water.
he did mention that
Just had to
is
throw that out there.
I can't do simple math anymore.
It's
7
okay.
plus 8.
7 plus
15.
8. We'll get there eventually. 15. Okay, he remains on the brink of consciousness.
Okay. I don't know how to get back to whatever the place was. So what I'm gonna do is try to get you. Well, wait. How close in did the water start being poisonous? Do you know?
I don't.
Great. Can you survive outside of water?
I can't.
Okay. Actually, is he in the water right now, or is he on
no,
the...
he's out of water.
Okay.
It appears he has lungs as well as gills.
Okay. As soon as I can find a stick or something, I'm going to get us away from here and back in the general direction we came from. And hopefully get us far enough that the water will stop being poisonous. At that point, I'll get you back in the water, see if that helps you. Because I don't have the spells prepared today to get rid of poison. I'm going to do Detect Magic, though, real quick.
On him?
On him and the water. And then at some point on the fish.
I suppose it's a cone, so you have to look at... What are you looking at first?
Him.
I always forget the order.
Is there magic or not?
Yes.
Okay. I believe next round is how many different auras?
If you're looking in his direction, you see Shiana, because she's still next to him, the rock, and him.
Okay.
In strength, Shiana's the strongest.
Okay.
The rock is second, and then he is third.
And, well, you only get the strongest. Like the others, you don't get an order on or anything.
The strength and location of each aura.
Oh. Never mind.
If the items or creatures bearing yours are in line of sight, you can make a knowledge arcana check.
Oh yeah, that's the thing. Did I ever take knowledge arcana?
I allow knowledge checks to be made untrained.
Oh.
They just take penalties.
Well, I do have it. I just only rolled a 6 is all. So I don't know the school.
For which item?
Him.
Oh.
Yeah, that's the only one I cared about. Were you magical before? Did
Yes.
you have... Huh?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm a cleric.
Oh.
I'm a cleric of Miliana.
Any chance you have any healing left that you can keep yourself up?
I've been here for a day. I don't have any left.
Okay. How fast did the poison start acting, by the way?
I didn't notice it until I was almost to the island. But I don't know how long it was in my system.
I'm going to try remove curse, just in case that helps. Even though it means a decent bit of healing I won't be able to do later. But I'm going to try. Are you pulling it up? Okay. You seem to be tight.
No, I was just messing with Oh, by the way, so the 3 key just doesn't work.
Oh.
So that's why it wasn't. That wasn't anything to do with the tomfoolery last night. The 3 key is just broken. I found it out when I was trying to log into Steam, and I was like, I know I'm putting this in correctly. And I every time I hit a key, I looked at the keyboard, I looked at the screen, I was like, 3. Okay. And I just started tapping the 3, and nothing happened. I was like, okay, cool. At least I know why it's broken.
Okay, so I'm doing remove curse on him. That's a plus 8. That is a 21.
21?
Against the DC of any curse affecting the target, but that's assuming there's a curse.
I need to look at curses really quick, actually.
I don't think it'll do anything.
Well, that's why I have to look at curses.
Yeah.
Because it might.
Exactly.
I just have to see if this counts as a curse,
Mhm.
or it doesn't count as a curse. Because in my mind, it counts as a curse. It's just a weird curse. Homebrew stuff can get funky. Pardon? Alright.
I almost took poison too.
Unlike other afflictions, most curses cannot be cured. Curses can be cured through magic. While some curses cause others inflict.
Now I know!
Additional curse rules. Types of curses. Let's go with that. Permanent, mechanical, progressive, static.
Ooh, there's an idea.
Creating new curses.
I'm gonna pause while actually I'm gonna cut video, I think, while the DM is looking up whether or not the thing he's made is a curse or not. Yeah.
Just to make sure, you know?
Yeah.